How can we establish if a cup of water is pure or impure? Solution. Now, this question involves what we call the criteria for purity. The criteria for purity. Now, there are 2 or 3 or 4 ways in which you can attest if a compound or a particular material is pure or impure. We may like to throw back or reflect on the Archimedes principle, right? If you are aware of the story of what happened during Archimedes period, you should be able to know how he got to know if the crown was truly golden or it had impurities. So if you have a cup of water, you can use either the boiling point, the density, or the freezing point. You can use these 3 criteria to ascertain if the water is pure or impure. Now, the boiling point of a pure water is generally considered to be 100 degrees Celsius. So if there is an impurity, the boiling point will increase. The boiling point will increase if there is an impurity. So for instance, let's say you boiled the cup of water and then you had a boiling point of 150 degrees Celsius. Then you'll know that there is an impurity in the water sample. Then we say density of a pure water is 1 gram per cm cube. This is the density of a pure water. So the presence of an impurity will increase the density too. So let's say you try to measure the density of the water and then you realize that the density of the water was maybe 1.5 grams per cm cube. Then you will know that the water has a impurity, a significant level of impurity. And then the freezing point too. The freezing point of a pure water is what? 0 degrees Celsius. It is at this point, or it is at this temperature, that water becomes solid. That's in form of ice. So the presence of an impurity reduces the melting point. So if you the presence of impurity reduces the freezing point rather. So if you try to freeze the water sample in the cup and then it freezes at maybe a temperature of 5 degrees Celsius. Sorry, not 5. Let's say it freezes at a temperature of minus 5 degrees Celsius. Right? This is a lower temperature than this. Then you will know that yes, there is truly an impurity in the water sample.